Hi, Jody. It's
Hi.
nice to speak with you today about the Mini Hands Organic Farm CSA. I'm Leslie, for those of you who don't know me. And this is Jody Chapin, who has been a CSA member for at least a couple of years now, right?
Right, too.
Two. So you've been purchasing from MHOF for 2 years. And what do you buy from us?
I do the CSA, the spring, summer, fall, and the eggs.
In the eggs. And that's right, you're a new egg subscription member as well.
Yes, and I'm going to buy chicks in June.
Oh, cool. You're gonna raise your own chickens. You did that before, right?
I have some and I need more. Yep.
Um, So so you don't do eggs in the summer then? Well,
Right,
it'll
exactly.
actually you probably won't get eggs for a couple of months anyway with your chicks.
Mine are going to kick in again. My
Ah,
still kind of young, so they were molting and then it gets cold, so they stop. Hopefully I have at least another year out of them, but we'll see.
you should talk to Julie about that because her chickens lay eggs all winter.
Yeah, but hers are outside. Mine go hide
Oh, all
dark.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know how that works, but she could probably help you with that. So what keeps you coming back year after year?
Well, I have to say that my garden has become I've been a sort of, a tomato and lettuce and basil and parsley kind of gardener forever. And I think the trees have grown in and we need a new garden, but we haven't gotten around to it. And even when we do get the new garden, there are things that Julie has that I just don't grow. And the state of the world now, that you need to be extremely careful where you're getting your food. I just would prefer to get everything as much as possible from her.
Have you ever done another CSA or is this your first?
My first. Yeah,
Um,
I've always gone to Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, things like that, but now you can't even trust
yeah,
those
yeah,
places anymore.
I hear you on that. Um, So that's your main reason for choosing a CSA over Whole Foods, or is just so you know where your food's coming from? Because,
Uh,
do you think it's not price related or,
I don't think it's price related. Honestly, I haven't compared the prices because I think what Julie offers is priceless. So
oh,
I mean, it is,
it is.
other than growing it myself, it's the next best thing. So,
Yeah, I have heard a lot of stuff about they've tested some organic, I think, fruits, and because of drift from other farms, they find that they're not as clean as something that's grown like Julie's stuff is completely away from anybody else's farming materials.
yep. And,
Um,
I don't even like, as far as organic goes, who's testing the organic food? Who's doing the testing?
yeah,
Imported thing. So much of it is imported now.
that is true.
You just don't even know. The state of the world is such that you can't trust that something that says organic is indeed organic the way we view organic. And as an example, all pork now, even organic pork, uh, can have the mRNA vaccine.
I don't think there's anything approved for them yet, though. That doesn't mean they can't use it in the future if there is.
I've heard that indeed,
There is.
yes.
Oh, I've heard. I think spoke. I'm not sure on that, but we'll have to look into that.
Yeah, and I guess to me,
Yeah, you know where it's coming from.
yeah, exactly.
It'd be interesting to see whether a lot of the organic produce that comes from Mexico will be affected by any of the new tariffs that might be going into effect.
Yeah,
Julie stuff might be cheaper.
that's right.
How important is our focus on fertility, diversity, and carbon sequestration to you?
Fertility.
Fertility. So that's basically what Julie's focusing on, that all the um the sprays, the fertility sprays, they're all minerals, organic approved, that we give the soil so that we've got, or the plant, so that they are creating the best quality vegetables and fruits. You probably weren't, so you weren't even aware of that part of the,
You know, I'm sure she sent an email about it. I have to say, I haven't had the time to read through all the details. But I think it's sort of, and it's an excuse, something that I don't have to do because I trust her so much to do the right thing. That I'm trying.
True, that's a great point.
It's
You know,
one
where
thing,
it's coming from, she's doing the best of what's out there.
right? And that again, it's priceless, and it saves me time. And I do want to understand all of this stuff, but I have to say that I haven't paid enough attention to it now.
It is time consuming. I feel overwhelmed by some of, and I started volunteering there and now working there. It's endless what you need to learn
Uh,
to grow the best vegetables.
yep.
Do you think there is a clear quality difference with Many Hands organic food, their food compared to what you would get from, Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or?
Okay, so well, that's an interesting question because sometimes looks are deceiving. So you can get things from Many Hands Organic Farm and say, oh, this doesn't.
Sometimes there are some blemishes on them.
But again, you don't know what those other fruits and vegetables have been through to get them to look so perfect. So I have no doubt in my mind that it's the highest quality. And if there are things that don't look perfect, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're lower in quality. You just have to maybe cut off some bruises from the apples or something like that, or the carrots are funny looking, but the quality is, I have no doubt, impeccable.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us that we can use for promotion for the farm or the CSA?
I think just that I think Julie's open to suggestions. So, if somebody wouldn't be completely satisfied with something, she would always follow through on making somebody satisfied. Like it, I have no doubt in my mind, if I ever said I don't like this and I want a refund, she'd work it out. This is a very reasonable, uh, kind person who I don't know. I just have no doubt in my trust in her and the way she runs her business, and that she wants everyone to be satisfied and create health and promote camaraderie at the farm. Everyone's always welcome to go work there. I only went once because I don't have the time, but I don't know. It's just a pretty unique
It
place.
is, it's very unique. It's a community. It's not just a farm.
Right.
I've learned that myself over the years. If you were talking to a new person that was thinking about joining the CSA and they were a little nervous about it, what would you say to them?
Well, it depends what they would be nervous about.
Well, what about when you first started with the CSA? Were you nervous about it?
No, not in any way, because if because the fact that you can trust what you're getting is beyond any other concerns. That's the bottom line.
Were there things that you felt, were there vegetables you'd never seen before that you got from us, and how did you handle that?
Some of the greens, I have no idea what they are, but I just wash them and freeze them and put them in soup.
They always work in soup,
I
yes.
still don't know what some of them are,
Well,
but
we're gonna try and improve that this year in the email, in the newsletters. Julie's starting to highlight some, I think, a vegetable every week.
which
And
does
we're
already. She tells you what's included.
right,
You,
but people don't always know if they haven't seen it, and not everybody reads the newsletter. We
well,
do,
that's the problem.
yeah.
That's
And the other thing is there's going to be a new page on the website that lists everything we make with pictures. So if you get something that you don't recognize, first of all, you can always text me and you know that with a picture of it, and I'll say, well, that's what this is.
right.
But there's going to be information on what it is and how to cook it and how to use it. And with a picture of ours, we're going to collect pictures of our produce. So it's not, a stock photo that doesn't really look like what ours might look like. And so you can always, try and look it up that way as well. Yeah, the greens and some of the herbs are the things that people aren't familiar with.
Right. I
Um,
think if I had one suggestion, I would like more potatoes, beets,
more,
carrot.
more beets, really.
Oh,
We
beets. Yeah.
have beets a lot of weeks.
Oh, right. But beets.
You
I
could do even more.
yeah.
And
I,
I think we would have had carrots this year. I think the spring carrots didn't do well this year, but our fall carrots did. Um, and what was the other thing you wanted more of?
potatoes.
Potatoes. Potatoes are, we had decent amount of potatoes, but not a lot of sweet potatoes this year.
Right, right, right. Sweet potatoes.
So, again,
Well,
she's
that's yeah. I mean, you under that. That's why I never. I don't say much because you're not going to a grocery store and expecting to find everything every week. You know,
right,
I understand what it's like to have to you know produce everything and weather related and everything in different environmental things that go on that affect everything, and you're not spraying, you know so
right.
you know
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've just noticed myself being there that, we can do the same stuff and not get the same thing every year.
right,
But a
right.
lot of, but definitely things have improved. And she's focusing more on a smaller area this year. So some of the things that didn't do well this past year because we didn't have enough time or help to do it, couldn't get to it. There'll be less land, but just as many crops this year.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully that will help us. I don't know if you read this. She wrote about the farmer that's going to be it's actually someone who works there now.
That, yes.
She and her partner are going to be farming there. So, thank you very much for being willing to talk to me today. Is there anything else you'd like to add or?
No, I'm looking forward to continuing to enjoy all the fresh produce. It's great. It really is. And I have stuff in my freezer still.
Yep.
That so I don't know. I have no complaints. I think it's just a wonderful situation. And the you know, the fact that you don't have to go there to pick it up. I can go to your house.
Right. You go to my house and my garage and get it when it's convenient.
Yep. And no, that's huge. That's a huge
Yes, it is. It is.
um so no, I think it's wonderful.
And one other thing you buy from us, I think you didn't mention is, didn't you get a turkey this year?
Oh, I got a turkey. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was delicious.
Do you buy any pork from us?
No,
No. Chickens?
I don't, but I should.
You should. The chickens are excellent. It's
I,
a one time a year thing. You can order those in advance.
yeah, I think I will this year.
And
Yes.
they're fresh. So you can cut them up and freeze them in pieces, or you can freeze them whole.
Yes.
We actually cut ours in half, and blister pack them and freeze them.
I really will do that.
Yeah, it takes us a couple hours when we get home with them that day. You set the time aside and it really, it's really nice to have those in the freezer.
Oh yeah.
And it's not that big a deal to cut them up.
Yeah.
You could do the same with extra turkeys if you were interested too.
Yeah.
And the pork is excellent. I don't know if you eat pork, but it's excellent. Although this past year you have to buy half a pig, so that would definitely might, you can't order that in advance if you're not willing to commit to half a pig.
Yeah.
But also something to think about besides the CSA.
Yeah.
Um, so anyway, well, thank you very much, Jody.
Okay, you're welcome.
And looking forward to delivering to you in June. All right. Have a
Sounds
good one.
okay. Bye.
All right.